Welcome to Road Reckon. From the most idiotic accidents to the most brutal ones, it's all here, for you to face reality. Remember, keep all four wheels on the asphalt and drive safely. Buckle up. We're just getting started.
In this video, a truck carrying gasoline slams directly into a small car. He still managed to get out alive. In this case, a car moving at bullet speed simply tries to cross to the other side of the avenue, as if there weren't thousands of cars passing through at that exact moment, and the accident was simply disturbing. In this case, you can see a car speeding by. Unfortunately, it loses control and slams directly into a tree, and the result is fire, literally. Here we see two cars overtaking, but the grey car completely loses control and heads straight into the truck in the opposite lane. It's not possible to see, but a car coming from the opposite direction slams into the truck, causing a massive explosion. In this segment, the snow prevents the brakes and tyres from working properly, and the result is yet another accident. Here we don't know for sure, but likely brake failure and high speed led this truck to hit a building with full force. The man walking in front was very lucky not to be hit. Once again, snow becomes as slippery as soap if you don't use the right equipment for your car. Here we have a warning sign because there's an object in the road, but apparently the driver didn't see it. In this accident, a man was travelling with his family when he suddenly encounters a truck coming toward him, right on a curve where the line of sight is limited. The traffic seems absolutely normal, until one of the cars from the opposite lane simply heads toward the camera and hits us. The person filming had no idea what they were about to witness. That was one of the scariest accidents I've ever seen, is what they told us. Many of these accidents serve to remind us of the importance of always being attentive in traffic. And not just that, they also remind us of how quickly our lives can simply be taken from us, or how we could even be the cause of it. Another case of skidding on snow, something a simple piece of equipment on the wheels would solve. While trying to make the turn, this man ended up losing control of the car due to the slippery road and collided head-on with a truck. From this moment on, you will see the most brutal accidents ever filmed to date. If we look carefully, we can see that this car was already causing trouble, but it seems to swerve away from the rear of an SUV and hits the camera, causing another accident. This video is from Brazil. A car is speeding through the streets near a favela. It's in the middle of a police chase, but the police aren't far behind. They're going all out after him. This video, a car drives toward an elderly woman who was crossing the pedestrian walkway. Here, a reckless driver ends up taking the lives of 3 people in this accident. In this video, a girl is hit by a car while walking in the crosswalk to cross the street. Luckily, the impact wasn't enough to cause serious injuries. That woman came within a hair's breadth of being killed. The driver of this truck was seriously injured after being unable to brake and crashing into the rear of a fire truck that was at the scene of an accident involving a pickup that had lost its load. Here, a car tries to overtake at full speed, but it did so at the exact moment another car was already attempting the same maneuver. And the result is fatal. This accident, I don't even know what to say, simply idiotic. It seems like a joke, but look what this man manages to do with his car. He just rams the car into a tree stump. This might be one of the most serious accidents here, and the reason is as idiotic as it seems: the cell phone. As always, this is one of the major causes of accidents. This is the state the car was left in. Completely destroyed. It doesn't seem to have been as hard a hit as the others. But that's if you hadn't seen the rear camera. The man still tries to help. But in these cases, it's practically impossible to do anything alone. This video is no different. A truck is proceeding normally in its lane, and when another car tries to overtake, the worst happens. The worst hasn't happened yet. If you look closely, you can see gasoline leaking onto the road. We don't know the exact cause of this accident, but it was reported that the truck lost its brakes and along with it dragged 3 cars that were in front of it. From this camera angle, we can get a better view of how this situation unfolded. Once again, impatience is one of the contributors to these accidents where, even though there is a signal indicating a turn, haste speaks louder than simply waiting for the next car to pass. Look again, the replay of this accident. In this accident, a car travelling at high speed on the bridge ends up hitting the side barrier of the lane, but it wasn't enough to keep it on top, and the car ended up falling onto the lower roadway. Certainly a very serious accident. Everything seems to be proceeding normally. Until suddenly, fire and despair take over absolutely everything. A man was on the phone with his daughter when he decided to cross the street without looking for danger, and it cost him dearly. He ends up being brutally run over. You can see him flying. I had to blur everything because it's a very shocking scene. In this video, we see how karma can sometimes be incredibly fast. In a matter of seconds, she got what she deserved. There was nothing left. Look up at the bridge, because what you're about to see is extremely intense. In this video, a truck loaded with gasoline collides with another truck and everything turns to flames in a matter of seconds. The smaller car certainly had no means of escaping this fire, and unfortunately, well, you already know. In the next accident, we see an out-of-control truck with no brakes hitting a white SUV, and it ended up worse than it seemed. A building was also destroyed. A wave of accidents begins to take over the road. At the same time as one car collides with another, a truck can't brake in time and also ends up hitting another driver. From this other camera, we can see this accident from a different angle. You can see the black car approaching at high speed. That's the car that caused all of this. In the next accident, we will see a man crashing into a store and running over a young man while he was working. The video is very fast, but I paused it at this point so you can see that there really is a man inside there. What's even more shocking is the calmness of the man on the right in the video. In this video, we see an accident between a regular car and what appears to be a Lamborghini. And the worst part is, it was parked. In China, a man loses control of his vehicle while testing his car's limits. You can see him speeding through various sections of the street. He almost hits a woman who was on the sidewalk. It's not possible to see what happened in the end, but we have the footage of what happened after the accident. In this footage, we see a man coming down the street, apparently in a hurry, when suddenly he hits another car that was passing by and then immediately crashes into a building, which ends up collapsing on both cars. The police immediately arrive at the scene to arrest the suspects, but I don't think there can have been much left. Wait, I think I was mistaken. Apparently one of the drivers is still alive and moving. This is insane. The driver is still alive. In this accident, you can see the man being thrown from the car, but I can't show that to you, so I blurred it out. That said, have you already liked the video? And remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you haven't done so yet, now is the time. Take this moment while I'm talking to subscribe and hit the like button. This one is about a police chase. A man had stolen a paramedic ambulance, and to try to shake off the police, he decides to drive the car into the lake. Here, look, we can see it from another angle. This is one of the most common types of accidents. The fault doesn't lie with the driver, but with his vehicle. The truck has just lost all its braking systems, and any attempt to brake is in vain. This is another one of those accidents that happen on curves with inadequate signage or a missing entering vehicles warning sign, like in this case. In this video, if we look carefully, we can see that an accident has already occurred there just seconds ago. The white car is stuck behind the truck, but that won't be the focus. Our focus is on the black car to our right. Watch it closely because it will also be affected by this. Everything seemed normal. Until a heavy-duty truck appeared on the left side of the road. And it slams right into the car that's recording everything. I can't say for sure, but I believe he thought that was another street, or maybe he just wanted to kill someone. Either option sounds confusing. Remember, a small mistake can cost your life or the lives of others. Notice that we have two lanes, one for going and another just for returning. Keep your focus on the left lane. A water truck simply veers into the right lane, causing an accident. Our videos involving trucks are becoming more and more frequent. In this specific video, a truck from the left lane ends up swerving into the right lane. Fortunately, no one was injured. There was only material damage. In this accident, you can see a car turning left when suddenly a motorcycle appears on the avenue and everything turns into a disaster. The truck driver was forced off the road, causing his truck to overturn. The incident was caught on camera by a driver who was following them. Apparently, the truck driver who caused the accident claimed that the other driver had cut him off, but that wasn't true. A Kia SUV speeds out of the bank drive-through and flies over the traffic. She may have just deposited a check, but she left as if she had robbed the place. Insane driver causes intentional rear-end collision. What is going on in this guy's head? In this accident, a truck fleeing from the police collides with a minivan and killing 21 people. Thank you for watching until here. See you in the next video.